Okay, that's a good time to start. So, we are back with more of Pokemon LeafGreen to do my Professor Oak challenge. And, wait, I've made some significant progress off stream, and I now have Pidgeot. And currently I'm in the process of getting the final Pokemon for this section. All that's left is Venusaur. And I only need to get to level 32, which is why Bulbasaur's better to pick in an Oak challenge. So, fingers crossed, we're able to get Venusaur tonight. We found the yellow mouse. You found a Pikachu? Anyways, hey old Chiaki. Like a regular Pikachu, or are you lucky and got a shiny Pikachu? Yeah, lucky but not that lucky. I mean, to be honest, Pikachu has a 5% spawn rate in Fire Leaf Green, so that is already good enough. Yeah, main reason I started stream early today, I want to try and I just want to try and complete this first section of the game. I mean, obviously, once I get to Brock, I'm gonna absolutely obliterate him. And oh, hold on a sec. There's still a trainer in the gym that I can take on. Yeah, I can still take on the gym trainer with the Sandshrew. Oh yeah. Let me take them on just for a bit of bonus experience. It's actually my first time in the gym, but I'm not gonna be taking on Brock yet. I'll only take on Brock once I have a Venusaur. Oh, I'm almost out of Vine Whips. Well, this should be Sandshrew as the second Pokemon, so I can just tackle that one. Yeah, 183. Yeah, this is a good idea. I took it. Oh no, you little. Ah. Right, Leech Seed. Okay, good. Excited for Pokemon tomorrow? Honestly, so am I. Although I'm not going to be playing it immediately after it goes live. Because, yeah, I'm actually capable of doing that for once since it's a digital-only copy. But, yeah, I'm going to be focusing on Leaf Green, but then once stream starts tomorrow, then I'll finally play the game. Oh, Razor Leaf! Oh, finally! The main grass attack. Ooh, what do I get rid of? Leech Seed is good to have. Sleep Powder, I think, is going to be really helpful for being able to deal with other Pokemon. Ooh, I don't know what to do here. I think I'm going to keep Sleep Powder. And I'll get rid of Vine Whip. I'll get rid of Vine Whip. Sure, it will be more beneficial to have more attacks, especially this far in. But personally, I think it's better to have more PP. And Leech Seed is definitely going to be helpful. And I'm pretty sure... Isn't there a rare candy around here, or a nugget? Or do I need, like, the dowsing machine, the item finder? There we go. Oh, it's a Pokeball. Oh, well, that will still help, though. I'll still take a Pokeball. Oh yeah, just in case my audio sounds a bit choppy, I do have the fan on, like the AC, because it's a bit stuffy over here. we go. So Razor Leaf is considered the best grass type attack for a Venusaur. Just because at this point, Giga Drain isn't all that powerful. And I guess Solar Beam is also good, but I guess it would be better on a Pokemon that actually benefits from it. Yeah, we're going to be here for a little bit, since we do need to gain 10 more levels on this Ivysaur. And until we get to Section 2, I have no way of gaining any rare candies. Ugh. Oh, and with Pokopia, I saw something that piqued my interest. It seems like they're going to be adding new Pokemon over the course of the lifespan of the game. It seems like they're going to be adding the Hobbit family. It seems like they're not in the base game. And since my favourite Pokemon Mudkip has so far not been confirmed to be in the game, hopefully they add them at some point. Because the only Hoenn starter that's in the game at the moment is Torchic. Or at least as far as I know from like trailer reveals and stuff. So one other move I do want to have on Ivysaur, I want to have Sweet Scent. Because that is going to be really helpful. Because if I do end up finding a shiny, I can use Sweet Scent for RNG manipulation to try and force wild encounters. Let me have a look. Pokemon database. Ivysaur. Moves learned. Generation 3, Fire and LeafGreen. It learns Sweet Scent at level 29. Okay, so I should... Yeah, I'm definitely be able to get Sweet Scent before it evolves, and that's going to replace Leech Seed. Because now Ivysaur actually has some attacks. I don't have to worry about chip damage. I mean, worst case scenario, I'll just go to the move reminder. Wait, is the move reminder even in this game? I don't remember. I mean, to be honest, it probably would make sense if it wasn't. Or if there was just like an alternate way, because the move reminder didn't exist until Ruby and Sapphire. But there's no love disc in this game, so there might not even be a move reminder. So, my hope for tonight's stream is get Venusaur, catch all the Pokemon I need for the second section, collect my pickup squad, and we'll see where it goes from there. Yeah, thankfully in Fire and LeafGreen, pickup has not been changed to where it's a level-based ability, so I can just start getting rare candies right off the bat. But obviously I have to wait to get to the second section first. Oh no, it missed! No! Stop it! There we go. Yeah, one thing I do want to do with Fire Red, I want to do a shiny only playthrough. But before I do that, I want to wait until like the RNG manipulation programs have been updated for the Switch versions. Because obviously there's probably going to be a difference between Switch 1 and Switch 2, so they probably have to do like all the testings and calibrations for those as well. So yeah, once all the RNG calibrations have been sorted out for the Switch versions, then I'll probably go to the RNG manipulation. So I think the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to have... Well, I think I'm going to have 3 separate save files. The majority of them are probably just going to... I think I'll have 2 separate save files on the Switch 1, and then just manipulate them until I can get the starters. And then that's about it. So like 2 extra starters on the Switch 1, and I'll shrink them over to the Switch 2. Missed again. And I don't know about doing it for shiny only, or like shiny Pokemon. I can't speak. A shiny Oak challenge, because at the moment it's hard enough to do a regular Oak challenge, let alone a shiny Oak challenge. Again, if I was doing RNG manipulation, I probably would sort it out like that. But once I do find a shiny, which I still think is very possible, given the nature of a Professor Oak challenge, because I think every Oak challenge besides White that I've done, I've found a shiny. Ruby, I think I found 4 shinies during the run. Pokemon X, which I never actually finished because I failed the challenge because I forgot to evolve Wailmer. But I did get a shiny Scolipede in that one. So yeah, with X and Y, I'll have to start over. Just because I forgot to evolve a Pokemon. And with the Sinnoh games, I absolutely refuse to do the Sinnoh games, so... Diamond Pearl, Platinum, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, I refuse to do a Professor Oak challenge in those games, mainly because of the honey trees. Yeah, just because of the honey trees. Sword and Shield, I'm not too sure about Sword and Shield, because the first section is absolutely massive, just because of the wild area. So that's what's putting me off of that. Scarlet and Violet, yeah, possible, but I'm kind of burned out from Scarlet and Violet, being completely honest. Like, this challenge I'm doing with Atreus, the Monotype challenge, that might be my last run for Scarlet and Violet. Like, genuinely. I mean, maybe I'll go back a few times to do some shiny hunting, but for the most part, I'm mostly done with Scarlet and Violet. So I don't think I'll be doing an Oak challenge in one of those games. Besides, the Oak challenge is just catch everything before the first gym. Oh, Crimson, hello! I see you kept your streak, nice! I was worried because you didn't show up last night. Was lurking. Oh, okay, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. Process check. Okay. So yeah, Crimson, the only reason I started about an hour early is literally just because I want to try and get in as much encounters as possible. Because I genuinely want to try and finish the first section tonight, if at all possible. Sadly, last night again. Ooh. O7s to you, Chiaki. O7s. Yep. Yeah, once we get to the second section, I generally feel like this would be a lot more smooth sailing once we get to the second section. Oh, I need to move that to a different location. I'll move that up here. I didn't realise that was still over my face. Oh, Prodigy! Hello! I now have a Ninetales. Ooh, nice! I don't... Wait, is Ninetales in the... Yeah, I think Ninetales is in this version. Yeah, okay, Ninetales is definitely in this version, because I definitely remember... When I did my first Nuzlocke in LeafGreen, I definitely remember having a Ninetales in my final team. So yeah, I'll be getting Ninetales at some point as well. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll find a silver one. And with all the encounters I've been doing, it would not surprise me in the least if I did find at least one shiny. Yeah, fingers crossed I get it before any major static encounters. That way I can just hunt them with RNG manipulation. So all the legendaries, including the Roma, which is going to be Entei in this case, which... Yeah, out of all the legendary beasts, Entei is the only one I don't have as a shiny yet. With Suicune, I got one from Pokemon Go. With Raikou, I got one from Sword. And I don't have an Entei yet. And because the Raw glitch has been patched in this game, surprisingly, I won't have to worry about the shiny despawning on me. And I'll have a powerful Haunter by then. Yeah, but when I actually do get Haunter, I'll probably have to raise it over level 40. Or whatever level Entei is. Just to have a chance at outspeeding it. Although if I do find a shiny, preferably I'd want to try and find it in the second section. So I know there aren't any static encounters there. And it's when I get my pickup squad ready, so if I get a shiny during that section, I can just raise it up straight away. See, I generally feel like once this section's done, every other section besides I think section 3 will be extremely smooth sailing. I kept seeing videos of people doing their shiny hunts in these games, and how quickly they're getting their shinies. I hope I can get one soon. Entei's level 50? Okay. So I need to make sure I get a Haunter to level 50 then. Well, with all the rare counties I'll have by that section, yeah, I'll be able to get Haunter to that level of strength. I think I need to have, like, Mean Look, Hypnosis, the typical moves you'd expect. I just need to remember at some point I need to install Fire Red onto my Switch 1 just so I can get all the trades done. Because after the Oak Challenge is done, yeah, I'm 100% going to be doing all the trade evolutions. And I'll need to do all the version exclusives too. And I guess all the optional Pokemon too, like the starters and what was it? The other fossil. I still haven't picked which fossil I'm gonna have yet. I'm probably gonna do Omanite. Oh yeah. Yep, tomorrow with Pokopia releasing tomorrow. Yep, definitely expect me to be playing it day one. And yep, I will be holding off to play it until the normal stream. I mean, to be honest, I could start the save file during stream, or I might start it before stream, just because I have a digital copy. So, I mean, the game is only digital, so it doesn't matter. But because it's a digital only game, I can start it from midnight this time. Because normally I'd have to wait for a physical copy to arrive, like partway through the day. But in this case, since it's digital only, everyone can just play at midnight. Oh, and I probably need to update the game as well, because it did have a day one patch. Right, so I'll just level up and I'll quickly see if I can update the game. And since there is like a free building mode in Pokopia from what I saw from the trailers, I'm 100% gonna build something Swampert related. Like, yeah, no one's gonna stop me. I'm gonna have my favorite Pokemon in the game, whether they intended to or not. If I can't have the Pokemon as a resident, then I'll build it. All four forms: Mudkip, Marshtomp, Swampert, Mega Swampert. Yeah, I'll just build a Swampert theme park. I'm excited for the multiplayer. Yeah, one thing I saw about the multiplayer, is it only local multiplayer or is there online? Yeah, I can check. Okay, okay. Because I could have sworn it was like game share or local multiplayer. Wait, the game has game share, so if you have a Switch 1, you can connect through game share and just play as a second player like that. Because if Pokopia does have online multiplayer, then that'll make the game so much better, but I get the feeling it's only local multiplayer, which would kind of suck, but since ever since online was added to it has online. Okay, okay, good, 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 good. Time to make Necro even more jealous then. Let's heal up. What's happening here? Oh, Sato! Hello! Been a while, how have you been? We are just talking about Pokopia, which is releasing tomorrow. And at the moment, I'm doing a Pokemon LeafGreen version Professor Oak's challenge. And I'm in the process of getting the final Pokemon for the first section, being Venusaur, the box art mascot of the game. Yeah, with Pokopia releasing tomorrow, I'm probably going to play it on stream as well. Although I just wasn't sure whether I'd start the save file at my own time or I would start the save file on stream. Like, then again, if I start it on stream, then I can focus a bit more time into LeafGreen. Yeah. There's quite a couple of games that are releasing for the first half of this year that piqued my interest. 2 indie games that making the Switch was My Little Puppy and Woodo. Woodo is like a 3D wooden puzzle game. And My Little Puppy, well, that could be a try not to cry challenge. Because if I almost cried during the reveal trailer, yeah, I'm probably going to cry while playing the game. I've seen it's been out for a while. Definitely got to people's emotions, but I'm not gonna look at the gameplay though. Tuto? Tuto? Hello? Been a while, how have you been? Everyone's just popping in today. It's like a whole family reunion today. What's going on? Oh, it! Been alright, just all work. Yeah, don't I know that feeling? I hope you've been doing good though. No free time? Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. I'm so grateful you chose to pop in tonight. So thank you. Yeah, so now we've got a few more people in here. I'll just reiterate my plans for tonight's streamer. So I started an hour early just so I can get more time in, and I'm hoping to be able to evolve Ivysaur tonight and make some progress on the second section, which is everything after Brock. And obviously a few I'm going to try. I mean, I'm probably not going to skip any. I'm probably just going to battle all of them with a Venusaur and just get as many levels of it as I can. Probably not a single level, but there's quite a few Pokemon I need to get in this next section. There's also a Thief TM, which I need to get. Because that's going to help me out getting Moonstones. Because if I just use Thief once, then I'll know if the Pokemon have a Moonstone or not. Being Clefairy. Since I do need 4 Moonstones. Yeah, Clefairy, Jigglypuff, Nidorina, and Nidorino. They all need Moonstones. And I'm pretty sure there's some that can spawn, like, in the overworld. But yeah, we definitely need to use Thief to be able to get a couple more. And yeah, the best part about the second section is that Meowth is on this section. And Meowth has the ability Pickup. And if I run LeafGreen, it's not level based, so as soon as I catch them, they're already rare candy generators. But to have a full team of 5 Meowth that have Pickup, and every time after battle there is a chance that they're holding an item. And I think it's like a 10% chance after a battle to hold an item, and then an extra 10% on top of that to have a rare candy. So it's basically a 1% chance that one of the Meowth will have a rare candy. And I guess, I wouldn't say multiplied by 5, but it's a 1% for each individual Meowth. I guess by extension it's a 5% chance for one. Yeah, I'm not the best at math. I think it's a 5% chance for one of them to hold a rare candy. I think that sounds accurate. After each battle. But since there are quite a few Pokemon that have slightly higher evolution levels, having rare candies will definitely help out a lot, especially when it comes to Dragonite. Being level 55, like halfway through the game. Yeah, rare candies are going to help out a lot. And obviously Dragonite's probably going to be on the team since it'll be the strongest Pokemon I'll have in my possession. Yeah, Venusaur and Dragonite are already two Pokemon I see being the final team members. I don't want to have the legendaries as team members because again I want to shiny hunt them if possible. But if I don't get the RNG manipulation done in time, then I'll just not shiny hunt them and just do it in Fire Red. Yeah, based on like the original Professor Oak challenge I did it in Pokemon Ruby. It took me around 100 hours to complete the challenge. So I'm hoping it takes maybe around that time, maybe 120 hours, probably accurate for this game. Since there are more Pokemon to obtain, I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely sure, but at least I don't have to deal with any like crazy evolutions like Feebas. Just trying to find it in one specific tile. That's going to be a pain when Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald eventually release on the Switch. I feel like they definitely are going to. Because it's going to be a long time before Winds and Waves release, so we're going to need something to keep us occupied in the meantime. Maybe I'll do an Emerald. No, maybe not Emerald. Maybe Sapphire. Because I've already done Ruby, so why not Sapphire this time? A Sapphire Professor Oak's challenge. And since I'll have Zigzagoon straight away, and it's already got pickup, yeah, I could just easily finish that part of the challenge. And I don't have to worry about a dead battery this time, because again, with Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, I'm pretty sure they'll be modified, so they'll be tied to the console's like time system rather than a battery. So I still do believe that they'll probably release early next year, with Emerald being pushed back a little bit more, just so Ruby and Sapphire get sales. Because yeah, realistically, if they all three of them release at the same time, no one's going to buy Ruby and Sapphire because Emerald will exist. Okay. So I'll just have another look at my checklist. Why does it have to scroll back up again? Okay, so yeah, Nidoqueen, Nidoking, Fable, Wigglytuff, Golbat, Parasect, Dugtrio, Persian, Kadabra, Graveler, Farfetch'd, Hypno, Mr. Mime, Gyarados, Sandslash, and Weepinbell. Those are the Pokemon I have for this section. And obviously with Meowth I need to get 6 of them, because one will become the Persian, then the rest of them will stay as Meowth for the pickup squad. And I guess at some point I do need to try and get Golbat's friendship higher, because once we get the national dex, then I'll have to try and evolve it into a Crobat as soon as possible. If I remember correctly, I think once we get the item finder, and then once I've saved Mr. Fuji from Pokemon Tower, I get a Soothe Bell from there. So that's going to be really helpful for the few friendship evolutions that are in this game. And I see a sneaky shroom in the chat. And we got a party here? Apparently so! The whole party's here today! How are you doing, Necro? So, Necro, I was talking about Pokopia earlier. Do you think I should start my save file on stream, or should I start it in my own time? I'm leaning towards starting it on stream, just because then I can focus on LeafGreen a bit more in my own time. Start it on stream. Okay, okay. Message read, heard, and seen loud and clear. Oh, God. Oh yes, because Lady Motherspore is extremely jelly that I got the game. If it looks good, maybe I'll be a thing that pushing TS switch to. Okay, okay. Then I'll have to definitely show off its goodness then. And yeah, from what I heard, Necro, it seems like Pokemon will be gradually introduced into the game. So there's already the base roster of Pokemon you can have as companions, and at the moment, Hoppip has been confirmed as coming to the game later, or it could already be in the game, but like over time, different Pokemon will be added. So if we're lucky, maybe Scholar people show up. I was watching some small review videos, and it looks a bit already. They better have my boy. I'm hoping they add Swampert, because they've got Torchic in the game already, so it would be evil if they had only Torchic and not the other two Hoenn starters. Mudkip is in the game? Wait, was Mudkip shown in one of those review trailers or something? Because if Mudkip's in the game, I'm gonna try and speedrun until I get that bloody Mudkip. He's gonna be my buddy for the rest of time. And when I build his house, I'm gonna build a Mega Swampert for him. Who wouldn't want that? I'd literally just make a massive statue for Mudkip and the whole evolution family. And supposedly there's online multiplayer, so it's basically what the goes. Oh, you want Pikachu? I mean, to be honest, the fact that they're introducing new Pokemon into this game that might not even have home compatibility is crazy. But so crazy, they better put those Pokemon into Winds and Waves. Like, I don't know about like Professor Tangrowth. I don't know about that one because that seems like it would just be like an original, not really a regional form, but Mosslax and Pikachu. Those seem like they could just be convergent species. And Scarlet and Violet already set the groundworks for that with Toadscrawl and Wugtrio. So who's to say Winds and Waves won't have their own convergent species? They could be Mosslax and Pikachu. If it works like Animal Crossing does, is there going to be like a group of Pokemon that's the start? Or is it always going to be the same few Pokemon that you start with? I feel like Mosslax would be a static encounter like Volcarona. Okay. Oh yeah, Necro, look at this. Look what I've got here. I got it right here. I can't play it yet though. It's still going to be a few more hours before I can actually play the game. But I guess add an extra 12 hours onto that because I'm going to play it on stream. So yeah, technically I'll be able to play it in about 5 hours time. 5 hours, 10 minutes. That's when midnight strikes for me, and then that's technically when I can start playing. But yeah, I'm going to start on stream. I'll purposely delay myself playing it for 12 hours just so I can play it on stream. But this means I can focus on LeafGreen more. Oh yeah, if we look at my time right now, 26 hours and 31 minutes is my current time. Maybe hopefully we can get to Venusaur before 30 hours. And fingers crossed, maybe we can get a shiny as well. Because once I can get a shiny in this game, then that'll make it easier to determine what my secret ID is, just by, what is it? Cross-referencing? No. I forgot what the word is, but going through, like, all the right programs, putting in the shiny Pokemon and your trainer ID, and then doing that can determine the secret ID, which I did for Ruby. And I ended up doing some RNG manipulation, got a couple extra shinies. Of course, by then I already had all the static encounters, so there wasn't really much I could have done. But I can still get extra Gen 3 shinies if I really want to. And later on, when it comes to Eevee, I'm probably going to evolve it into Vaporeon first, just because Pokédex order. Then Jolteon and Flareon will be obtained when I get to the Sebi Islands. So yeah, once I can get eggs, the Ditto I catch is just going to be in the daycare. Basically permanently. Because there are quite a few baby Pokemon. So Igglybuff, Cleffa, Elekid, Magby, Smoochum, there's loads. Well, now that I think about it, maybe I should put the Magikarp into the Kanto daycare, and then while I'm leveling up on my other Pokemon, I'll go back and check in once it's around, like, the late teens. Because then that could probably save you a bit of time. And since, yeah, I don't have EXP share at this point, so switch training would be the best thing to do for Magikarp. Unless I put it at the daycare, which I probably will. Because it literally can't do anything. At all. I get it at level 5, I think. I mean, that'd be a cool one to shiny hunt, because then it would make the $500 worth it. But, again, I don't want to spend too much time shiny hunting. Because I'm already spending a lot of time just leveling everyone up. Just constantly bullying the wildlife, just so I can grow stronger. So yeah, with like future challenges with Atreus, we are considering doing Fire Red Leaf Green for our next challenge, but we're both gonna wait until we've done our first playthroughs, so we can like experience the games normally. I mean, my first playthrough being a flippin' Professor Oak's challenge is definitely madness, but I've been meaning to do it on this game for a while, and I've been wanting to do another Oak challenge for a while, and Fire Red Leaf Green just seemed like the best games to do. And I was always slightly put off because of the starter and PG art, with no pickup squad this early. But now we're almost there, and looking at the time it's taken me, yeah, no wonder I was put off for so long. Again, once we get to the second section, it's not going to take anywhere near as long as this section did. Just for that 5% chance of a rare candy after each fight. That's more than enough to keep me going. And I think the hardest ones to evolve in this section... honestly, it'd probably be Graveler, Hypno, and Persian. Everything else is relatively easy. Because I'm pretty sure Parasect and Golbat evolve in their 20s. Same for Sandslash, actually, even though. So, yeah. I don't think this section's anywhere near as challenging level-wise as the first section. There's definitely a lot of Pokemon in their 20s, but I don't think any of them get to their 30s. I also need to remember to catch a second Abra, just so I can trade that for the Mr. Mime. Alright, level 24. no new move. It's level 27 or 28, or maybe 29, that I get Sweet Scent, and that's going to be a permanent move. Because I feel like I'm going to need Sweet Scent. Let me just save. Bird. Okay. 8. Is it 8 levels? Yeah, 8 levels to go. Once those 8 levels are done, then we can finally move on to section 2. It's definitely going to take a little bit, but I think that's the main reason I started an hour early, just so I could get more time in. And I'm not going to finish at the usual 2-3 hours this time. I'm going to keep going until this section's done. Oh dear. Oh no, missed! Okay. So the Pokemon I expect to have in my final team. Well, by final team I mean like the second run of the Elite Four, because I feel like that's the best way to properly finish off. I mean, yeah, in theory, it's probably best to just use all the legendaries I can obtain. And with my Master Ball, it's obvious I should use it on Entei. I mean, if I use the Master Ball on Entei, then I can just skip all of the things of getting it all sorted out. But I do still feel like I do want a shiny hunt. I don't know how RNG manipulation works with the runes. So I know it's the Ruby and Sapphire quest on the Seppi Islands that activates the Roma. I'm pretty sure. Or was it after I get the nationals? I don't remember. I mean, either way, it's going to be a long time. Still going to be hoping that I do indeed get a shiny before then. So that I can try out the RNG manipulation, see if I can get it to work. Because maybe it's just a case of timing things properly when you boot up the game and just runs like a normal GBA game. Because I'm pretty sure the frame rate just stays the same, because the game's already 60 FPS, so... Ugh. Pidgey? So, I might as well predict what shiny I'm gonna get. The first shiny I think I'll get. Let's go with Sandshrew. So somewhat later into section 2. Yeah. Just because of the ground type. And shiny Sandslash is cool. Oh. Oh! Is that a... Wait, is this... Wait, is that the YouTube one? I can't tell if that was the YouTube one or... Oh, it was probably the YouTube one, wasn't it? I've still got the YouTube alerts on here. Wait, do I? Oh, yeah, I do still have them. Regardless, thanks for the subby. Okay, yeah, looking at the name, yeah, that was definitely on the YouTube thing. Rave, are you gonna work? Why is the rave not working? Rave? Hello? Hello? Oh, there it is! It was a bit late, okay. Sound alert is being slow. It was teasing, yeah, definitely. Always forgot you have the extended one. Well, it already costs 1,000 channel points, so why not make it worth it? Oh, hydrate, yep, that's a good idea. Oh, that's terms. Oh yeah, since this month, Gale of Darkness is releasing on Switch Online, should I play Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness on stream? Because I'm more than capable of doing it. And since it's probably the only way I'll be able to play the game for a long time, I'll do it on stream. And as far as I remember, I think the Infinite Pokeball glitch is not in the sequel, so I'd be more strategic about my Pokeballs. And I do have a GameCube controller I can use as well, just for the more authentic experience. I don't know about 100. I'm probably not going to 100% the game, just because there's no point. Since it can't trade to any other games, there's literally no point in doing 100%. So I'll probably just do like a casual playthrough for my first run. I think I already do have like a team planned out ready for it. Let me check my phone. I've got it listed down here somewhere where I planned out what my Gale of Darkness team would be. Like if I ever did play it. This is before it got announced on Switch Online as well. Or rather, before I got an actual release window. If my app would load. go. So, wait, is it? Or was that this? No, I think it was this one. Yeah, this was it. Okay, so the team I got planned out. It is Jolteon, Ursaring, Walrein, Houndoom, Hariyama, and Gardevoir. That is the team I currently have planned out. And luckily, some of my favorite Hoenn Pokemon. And by that I mean Gardevoir. Hariyama I think is definitely a close 7th place. And Ursaring, I mean, a normal type with that access to return, you already know that's going to be powerful. But yeah, that's the team I've got planned out currently. Jolteon's got Thunderbolt, Bite, Thunder Wave, and Protect. Ursaring, Return, Break, Metal Claw, and Aerial Ace. Walrein, Water Pulse, Blizzard, Protect, and Mud Slap. Houndoom, Flamethrower, Sunny Day, Solar Beam, and Crunch. Hariyama, Brick Break, Rock Tomb, Earthquake, and Fake Out. And Gardevoir, Psychic, Shockwave, Calm Mind, and Shadow Ball. That is the moveset and team I have planned for Gale of Darkness. So obviously I don't know when everything's going to show up. If a Shadow Pokemon does show up, I'm still going to try and catch it, whether or not I purify it or not. And honestly, I think it was a good thing that Fire Red LeafGreen added the Mystic ticket. Just because without the Colosseum games, that would be the only way to get to Legendaries to begin with. But now we don't have to worry about the Colosseum games, because now we just need to wait for the Hoenn games to release. Then we can get every single Pokemon within Gen 3, besides Mew. Mew would be Emerald probably, but Jirachi and Celebi, those ones at the moment don't have anything. I mean, sure, we can get Jirachi in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. We can get Celebi in Crystal Virtual Console, but if you didn't already have that, there's not a chance anymore. So I really feel like they need to find a way to put the Colosseum bonus discs into this game, into like Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald somehow. Because that was the only way to get them originally, just through those bonus discs. Like for Jirachi, I think it was just obtain the Pokedex, and for Celebi, it was reach the Hall of Fame. So maybe they'll find a way to do it. I don't know. Because they won't really be encounters. They'll more so just be distributions, because they've never had any wild encounters. So maybe we like complete some parts of the story, and then they'll just appear in our boxes or something. I don't know how it's gonna work. They probably won't even bother. Those two will probably be the only ones completely unavailable in these Gen 3 games. Just because there's no bonus discs anymore. Yeah, all the other methods are fine. Deoxys are already in the game. Mew can be found in Emerald, more than likely. It's just those two that are going to be missing. I really do need to decide what my shiny only team would be. Because I feel like I'm probably still going to try for Bulbasaur for the first shiny starter. Because at this point, why wouldn't I? Bulbasaur is the best starter in Kanto. Then, oh, what else? Well, I need a fire type. So, I'm going to be in Fire Red, so Arcanine would probably be my fire type. And water type, I think I might go for Starmie. Ground type, Nidoking. Maybe I could go for an electric type. In that case, I'll go for Raichu. Since it would take a long time before I can get any other electric encounters. That's already 5. I don't know what the last one would be. Maybe I could go for Shiny Dragonite or something. And just constantly buy them from the game corner. I think that's how Dratini is obtained in this game. I mean, that Dratini is in Safari Zone. If it's a Safari Zone encounter, then ooh. Right, let me just look at my schedule. Yeah, so obviously there's a lot of Pokemon this week. So tomorrow, Pokopia, day after, LeafGreen, and then the day after that would be Devil May Cry 3, because I need to get back to the game. I can't wait to leave this section so I don't have to listen to the music anymore. I would go in Viridian Forest to go for like but most of the moves would only be able to use Tackle, and the rest of them would be resisted. Pidgey. Pidge. Okay. Getting close to level 25. So it took about half an hour, I think, to get a full level. It's only going to be slower with each growing level. I probably should have kept Vine Whip, but having Sleep Powder is definitely a lot better, and Sweet Scent is going to take up one of the slots anyway. Obviously, it's not going to be the most competitively good Venusaur. In Gen 3, Venusaur didn't exactly get much. Like, Toxic and Leech Seed were definitely good moves. Hidden Power Fire was a common one, although I don't know what Hidden Power this Venusaur has. I'm pretty sure Hidden Power is basically the only infinite TN in this game, besides the ones at the department store. or the game corner. I wonder how much money I'll have by the time I've done all this grinding. Because with pickup, I know that one of the held items can be a vitamin. Let me have a look. Pickup. Wait, no, that's not this one, isn't it? Yes, this one. Okay. So, 15% chance of an orange berry, a 10% chance of either a cherry berry, chesterberry, pechaberry, raspberry, asperberry, and pesantberry. A 5% chance of either a nugget, a vitamin, a hidden power TM, or a rare candy. And a 1% chance of a spellenberry, pantryberry, whatnowberry, duranberry, or a blueberry. So, yeah, pickup has a lot of berries. I mean, maybe those could be saved for like the Hoenn games? Because at the moment, besides in-game effects, like in-battle effects, berries don't really seem to have a purpose in this game. And they don't sell well, because they're berries. What else would they sell? But there's nuggets and vitamins. It didn't look like there was any... Yeah, there's no Pokeballs on the list. So if I want to get Pokeballs, I'll have to buy them with the nuggets. Because yeah, Ruby and Sapphire, you could just get Ultra Balls and Great Balls. Same for Emerald. But I guess because this pickup has a bigger focus on berries, rather than just battle items, I guess Pokeballs were the one thing they had to sacrifice. But hey, 5,000 Pokédollars per nugget is still pretty good. And I can get a good amount of Pokeballs with it. Okay, with 5 more battles, now I might be able to get the level up. Pidge! Okay, maybe it's less than 5, because 30 took a lot. Caterpie! I was gonna... I was a bug, but there's Weedle as well, but... Okay. Depending on the next Pokemon, it could be 1 battle, it could be 2 battles. And the level is 3. Yeah, I have no idea. Oh, it's my last tackle anyway. And it was a crit! Yep, okay, we got the level up. Level 25. So that means 7 levels to go. No, I'll just save my game. We're almost at 27 hours. So, I guess part of this challenge... Oh, I want to see if I can get Venusaur before I get 30 hours. So, fingers crossed. Let's see if we can get a Venusaur within 3 hours. We only have 7 levels to go. And that 30 barely filled the bar. Yep. Even if we don't actually start Section 2 tonight, I definitely want to get Venusaur. Oh, Sato's back. Hello, Sato again. Is it... Oh, of course it missed. Oh, here's something interesting. Been on a side quest. Oh, gotcha. Celebrate the launch of Pokemon Pokopia by streaming and watching the game on Twitch. From March 5th to March 19th, subscribe or gift a sub to your favorite streamer while they stream Pokemon Pokopia to earn a Ditto chat badge. This is from the official Pokemon Twitter account. So, could experiment tomorrow. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Oh, what an interesting story. I noticed that for Mario Day, like Super Mario, they've announced some Mario games coming to Switch Online. Two of them are from the Virtual Boy, which no one's going to play because you can barely even use it to begin with. And the other one is Mario vs. Donkey Kong GBA. Those are the only three games that are releasing on Mario Day. Where's Mario Sunshine? Like, that's one of the most important Mario games. It's the main 3D Mario game of the GameCube. The GameCube Online system for the service uses Mario Sunshine sound effects in the menus, and they're not going to release the game on Pokemon Day. Pokemon Day? What the fuck? Mario Day. It's weird they've not had any plans to do it. Because they've got the GameCube emulator. It's almost Mario Day. Wouldn't it just make sense to put Mario Sunshine on there? Heck, where's Mario Kart Double Dash? Those are the two GameCube games that I know the most about Mario. Well, mostly Mario Kart Double Dash, but I feel like Double Dash might take a little bit longer because they do need to plan out online multiplayer for that one. Zelda fans having it hard this year? Yeah, there's plenty of Zelda games that are also good on the GameCube, but barely any of them have shown up. Yeah, with Mario Kart Double Dash, there was actually a way to play like online with it because Sunshine was released in the Triple Game Collection Mario Galaxy. The logic does not comply. The logic does not compute because the same logic could apply for Super Mario 64, and that's both on the online and on the 3D All Stars. So the logic doesn't apply there because Mario 64 is already on both. So why not Sunshine? It makes sense why Mario Galaxy's not there, because there's no Wii system yet. It's the 40th anniversary of Zelda this year, and it didn't even get a tweet. Oh, that's just mean. They've got a Zelda movie in the works. It's the 40th anniversary. They've not done anything? That's just mean. But still, with Dragon Double Dash, with Double Dash, there was actually some form of online multiplayer. Like, it was a local adapter. So, they already have the means to make Double Dash online. Although I think it'd probably be more limited. Because I think you'd... I don't know. But either way, I can understand why they haven't done Double Dash yet, because they need to make it stable online first. But Mario Sunshine, they've got no excuse. It's the 40th anniversary of Super Mario, and they still haven't put up on GameCube Online. And yet they choose Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Mario Tennis, and Mario Clash instead. And the last two were on the Virtual Boy, which no one plays anyway. The only way you can really play the Virtual Boy version, have it in handheld or tabletop mode, and look at a screen that's the size of a Game Boy's, because they didn't incorporate a flat mode. So for Zelda, we don't get anything till they finish a project. True, that is true. Razor Leaf. I feel like with Legend of Zelda, I think the only game that I've really made a decent amount of progress on is like Echoes of Wisdom. I think I did Tears of the Kingdom as well, but I don't think my original save file exists anymore. Just because I wanted to replay the game without any glitches. Because I used the glitch where you'd gain a ton of stamina and then go, I think it was like going under the ground into the under depths, and then skipping ahead just to get the Master Sword. And then I used like loads of stamina just to glide over to like the castle dungeon, just to get the Hylian shield and the hero tunic. Wait, you want me to stream Echoes of Wisdom? I mean, it's been a while, but I've still not completed the main story, so I could do an Echoes of Wisdom stream if you wanted. I think besides those two games, the only other experience I've had with Legend of Zelda, there was a Legend of Zelda minigame in Nintendo Land. That's the only other experience I've had with Zelda. I mean, that was actually the first time I experienced the games. Was through a minigame in Nintendo Land. I wish I could stream Nintendo Land, but I don't know how to record the gamepad screen. Plus, I would need people in person to properly play it. And I don't have enough Wii remotes. Oh, I feel like with the Wii U, I think the only game that was actually good that had to stay there was Nintendo Land. Because any other game that wasn't ported was basically a bad game, or wasn't needed on the Switch, or just got a complete port or remaster on the Switch. But yeah, Nintendo Land, I wish they would do a sequel for that game. I'm sure things would have to change a lot because of no gamepad screen, but I feel like they should do it. Because Nintendo Land, yeah, that's the first game I think of when I think of the Wii U. But yeah, if I was going to stream it, you'd probably never see the gamepad perspective because I would not know how to record that without just facing a camera to it. Do you think they would ever remaster Poké Park? I don't think so. I don't think it would be one of those games, if I'm being completely honest. And even if they did remaster it, what are the odds they'll just put it on a Switch Online app? Because they've done that for the Stadium games, they're doing it for the Coliseum games. Who's to say they won't do it for Poké Parks, the two Poké Parks in Battle Revolution? Because when they eventually decide to make a Wii Switch Online app, which, let's be honest, they probably will, I don't think they would do Poké Park, but it'd be fun if they did. True, I never got to play Poké Park, but if I do play it, I'm going to get the original Wii versions. Just because, why wouldn't I want to connect to my DS games? And Battle Revolution, I think, is in like a scenario like Stadium. Like, you'll only be able to use the rental Pokemon, not use any Pokemon you traded in. Which would suck. Unless for some reason they could get the latency to work with DS games, which I don't think they would figure out how to do. But it was wireless to begin with, so maybe they could figure it out again. I mean, that'd be really cool if they managed to do that. But at the same time, I don't know how they would figure it out. Would you shiny hunt the Poke outfits? No, definitely not. Absolutely not. Maybe if I really had to, I'd go for the Groudon outfit, just because it's Groudon, the first Ground-type legendary. But they're basically full odds hunts. And I'm content with just seeing others get it. But I think if I am ever going to play Battle Revolution again, I need to actually have a good Platinum team. I mean, I do have a good Platinum team right now, but they're not up to par with the Gallade. So I think what I need to do, I need to shiny hunt my Darkrai, that got that save button, and then I need to raise the whole team to level 100, and then do the transfer into Battle Revolution again. Then I could probably stream it. And just go through everything with a full level 100 team. Yeah, with Gale of Darkness, should I stream Gale of Darkness when it eventually releases on the Switch? Because I can do Colosseum whenever I want to, just because I have the physical copy. I still haven't completed that progress yet. Because I need to level up all my Pokemon, because I'm under-leveled. But how would you guys feel about me doing a Gale of Darkness playthrough? do it. Okay. And yeah, there's not going to be like any challenge. I'm not going to purify every single shadow Pokemon. I'm just gonna. I'll try and catch as many of the shadows as I can. But I'm not going to purify them. I'll just like purify the ones that I actually want on my team. Yeah, because first playthrough, you gotta do like a normal run. Like Fire Red Leaf Green, this is not my first rodeo with Fire Red and Leaf Green. I've done multiple playthroughs with the games already. This is why I'm doing an Oak Challenge now. And maybe when Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald released, maybe I could do challenge runs for those ones. Maybe for Ruby I could do a shiny only playthrough. But it'll be slightly more difficult because there's not going to be a way to have a dead battery in those ones. Because they'll have to rework Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald just to work with the Switch's internal clock rather than a battery's internal clock. Unless they figure out a way to be able to allow us to toggle the battery on and off or something. Like interacting with the clock in our room just to disable the time. Oh, I need to stretch. Oh. Oh dear. I need to have a look for something. This game, 29? And there's I'm not going to bother. So, yeah, the game My Little Puppy, it releases on Switch on May 29th. So, yeah, you can expect that I'm going to be playing that on stream. And if you know what My Little Puppy is, then you know I'm going to make it a try not to cry challenge. Because if I almost burst into tears while watching the reveal trailer on the Switch version, yeah, I'm probably going to cry while playing the game. So yeah, you can expect that in May. And it says it's getting a physical version as well, but do I want a physical version? That's the question. I mean, I could get the physical version, but then I would have to wait until June, because it says the physical version is releasing a month later. So, is it really worth the extra wait? Or better yet, I'm pretty sure it's even on other devices as well. One sec. Let me just boot up Steam. If it's on Steam, then I could probably just get it on Steam. It is on Steam. Alright then. I think I'll actually be playing it next month then. I'm not going to bother with the Switch version, because I might as well just play it earlier. So I guess you can say April. So just skip ahead an extra month then. Because I'm all spent for this month, because I got Pokopia. So, yeah, either I get it in April to get the Steam version, or I wait till May for the digital version on Switch, or I wait till June to get the physical version on Switch. I mean, if I wait longer, then I'll have a permanent copy that I won't have to worry about losing because online services or digital only stuff. So maybe I should wait until June to get a physical copy. Yeah, with that Indie World Showcase, physical copy of My Little Puppy, that game we have to reunite with Yorona as a dog. Yeah, it's getting a physical Switch release apparently. So I'm considering getting the physical version of it. I mean, it's crazy I didn't even know the game even existed, like, until a couple days ago. Your Ivysaur has nice HP. Yes, it very much does. It won't be like that once it gets to level 26, though, so savor the moment as much as you can. Weedle! Okay, I've only got 3 moves left. I might have to heal up before I can get to level 26. Yeah, I'll just go now. I mean, there is one method I could consider doing, and that would be the gym whiteout method, but I think I'm way too strong for that. Because normally that'd be better for weaker Pokemon, but I don't really have much that Ivysaur has that could just... I mean, I could just spam Sweet Scent and just... once the second Pokemon comes out. But imagine how long it would take to KO. At that point, it might as well just be... it'd just be faster just to do wild encounters. Yeah, Venusaur is more definitely going to be a main team member by the end. Dragonite's going to be there 100%. I think Tyranitar is also an option. That's also going to be high leveled. I'm trying to think of what other high level Pokemon there are. Because I don't think anything evolves in the 40s. I think it's either the late 30s or the mid 50s. Or they're legendary Pokemon. Obviously, like, the last catch will obviously be Mewtwo. And that'll be fun to do. Since more than likely my Master Ball is going to be reserved for Entei. I think the only thing this game was kind of missing would have been line play, but at the same time, this wasn't the first time they neglected to add online. Because with Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, and Crystal on the 3DS, they did not get online play either. They just had local play. So it wouldn't be the first time they neglected to add online. But I'm guessing kind of lucky because I do have a second Switch I can use. I can Switch 1. Although I've not booted it up since I got my Switch 2. As soon as I transferred all my stuff to the Switch 2, I didn't really do anything with it. So maybe I'll have to send over my Fire Red game. And I think that's like the benefit of like the virtual game cards. I think literally the whole purpose of it was to switch between the Switch 1 and the Switch 2 with the virtual games. And we're at 27.5 hours. And for levels, there's only 6 to go. Okay, yeah, so it looks like Section 3 of this challenge will probably be one of the most difficult outside of Section 1. Because there's quite a few. I see Dodrio. I'm pretty sure that evolves in the 30s. There's Muck, there's Kingler, Electrode, Marowak. There's Rhydon. Oh, this area's got the Safari Zone. Seaking. It's got Dragonite as well, and Slowbro. Yep, I've got the version with Slowbro, so fun! Yep, Section 3 is definitely going to be one of the hardest, not just because higher level evolutions, but also because the Safari Zone is an option. Yeah, so Cypher, Tauros, Chansey, those ones are in that section. Well, I should probably also mention like how I do things with the rare candies in these games. I normally always keep one rare candy in reserve, just so they're always organized to the top of the bag. That's normally just how I have to sort them out in Gen 3 games and Gen 4. Don't forget the bike. I mean, true. I mean, I'm almost 30 hours in. I've been walking this whole time. I mean, I'm definitely going to remember the bike when it comes to doing things like the egg hatches. Because there are definitely a few that I need to do, just for like the baby Pokemon. Oh yeah, I need to also remember I need to catch another Gloom. That's one thing I need to do. Since Blossom is in this game as well, I need to make sure I've got a second one. Section 4. Section 4 is actually pretty small. There's Tentacruel, Magneton, Seal, Weezing, Tangela, Aerodactyl, Zapdos, and a fossil. Then Section... Section 5, there's only Rapidash. Section 6, Articuno, Moltres, and Magmar. Section 7 has quite a few stuff. So Mewtwo, Furret, Ledian, Ariados, Crobat, all the baby Pokemon, Togetic, Xatu, Jumpluff, Yanma, Unknown, Wobbuffet, and Wynaut. Dunsparce, Heracross, Macago, Piloswine, Donphan, Tyrogue, Hitmontop, and obviously the extra Hitmon and the extra evolutions. Smoochum, Blissey, Tyranitar, Azumarill, the whole family, Mischievous, Sneasel, Octillery, Mantike, and... oh, no, Mantike. Mantike's not in the game. Mantine, and Magby. So... yeah, with Friendship Evolutions, there's not that many. Like, majority of them are just for, like, Gen 2 Pokemon. I mean, that is when the friendship started, but... yeah, Crobat, Blissey, and... what was the last one? Togetic, that's it. Yeah, those ones are all friendship evolutions, so I definitely need to remember to get the Soothe Bell just to be able to speed up their processes. Hey, maybe if I'm lucky, I could try and get a Chansey holding a Lucky Egg? I think it was it like compound eyes I needed to have just to increase the chance of Pokemon holding an item. I think it was compound eyes, wasn't it? Although even then, it's still only a 5% chance to be held by a Chansey. And Chansey already has a really low encounter rate, I think it's like 4%. And it has a really high fleet rate. So getting a lucky egg in this game is extremely challenging. So if I don't get the lucky egg on the first Chansey I catch, I'm just not going to bother going for it. Because what would be the point? Going through all that effort just to get one item, and in that time I could get all those levels through rare candies. But one thing about Pokemon I'm curious about, I don't know whether shiny Pokemon are going to be in the game or not. I mean, it would be cool if we could get shiny Pokemon, but at the same time, there's no guarantee that shinies will even be in the game. Yeah, so looking at the guide. Yeah, so with it, when it comes to the Legendary Beast, to unlock it, I have to do the Ruby and Sapphire quest. So at least I know where I have to save before I can initiate that. Because I do want to see if I can get Shiny Entei. So I definitely need to make sure I get everything I need. So when it comes to my first Fire Red save playthrough, obviously I'm going to try and do Shiny only, my main playthrough team. Although, no, that's for the Switch 1 on the Switch 2. On the Switch 1, I'm going to have it so I'm just going to go for the starters that I don't have. So I'll probably get like a Squirtle, and then trade it over to LeafGreen, and then restart, then have Charmander as the main starter. And then just focus on version exclusives and trade evolutions. Because I do want to try and work on a living Dex. Because obviously I want to import it to Pokemon Home. Because more than likely there's going to be a home catching completion challenge. Because if it can connect to home, there's bound to be a catching challenge. And since Mew is unavailable, and I'm pretty sure it's only going to worry about the regional Dex, since the national Dex is impossible to complete at the moment, and even if it was possible to complete, you would need other games to do it with. So maybe they would just completely ignore the national Dex and only have the regional Dex. But then again, how would they do it for Emerald? Because Emerald has a different regional Dex. I mean, unless they just have it so it's the base Pokedex and not worry about the Emerald one. Unless Emerald has its own completion challenge. It's just confusing now. Although then again, with Emerald, those extra Pokemon in the Safari Zone aren't actually unlocked until you get the National Dex. So yeah, it'll probably just be like the base Pokedex for Ruby and Sapphire for the first 133 Pokemon. Jirachi will be unobtainable more than likely, and Deoxys is in Fire Red Leaf Green, so just be the first 133 Pokemon for the Home Index and 150 for the Captain Index. And I'm gonna have fun doing Home Index again. Because even though, as much as I love the Black and White games, I still think Ruby and Sapphire are still my favorite games. I just wish I'd started playing Pokemon sooner. Because I was really late getting into Pokemon. I think it was a couple of months before the Ultra Sun Ultra Moon games released, and I started playing Pokemon Moon. That's how late to getting into the games I was. Oh. That didn't take long. Okay. How far are we in? Well, it doesn't matter. We still need to get the rest of these levels anyway. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do for the stream, like at the end, I'll finish up when I get Venusaur. Or I'll finish up once I've beaten Brock with Venusaur. And that'll mark the completion of the first section. Which I still think is the hardest section because of the lack of pickup. Oh no, it missed! Yeah, I'll more than likely start making progress on section 2 the stream. But I do want to try and get section 1 done tonight. Because I feel like I can do it. Because we're almost halfway through level 26. And level 32 is what we need to get. If it was a different start and that was a level 36, I probably wouldn't finish the section tonight, just because of that. But the smart thing to do when doing a Professor X challenge is always to pick the starter with the lowest evolution level. So Gen 1 is always Venusaur. Generation 2 I'm pretty sure is Feraligatr, because it evolves at level 30. Gen 3, it doesn't really matter, but personally I just picked Mudkip because Mudkip is best boy. Gen 4, I think Torterra? I think. I don't remember exactly what level it evolves, but I think it was slightly, maybe it was like 34 or something. Gen 5 doesn't really matter. Although, if you want to go for the best one to deal with the region, Tepig would be the best, although I would always pick Snivy. Generation 6, again, doesn't really matter. Gen 7, they all evolve at level 35, I think, so just pick your favourite. I think basically everything after that is just like 36. So yeah, it was only for like the first 4 generations that they had such a massive gap in levels for some Pokemon. Yeah, once it's like Gen 5 and after, then just pick your favourite. If for some reason I did ever do a Sinnoh Professor Oak challenge, which I'm not going to because I'm not that insane. If the honey trees were not annoying encounters, I would consider it. But it's just the honey trees that put me off completely of doing a Sinnoh Oak challenge. At least for Unova, I've basically done that because the White Forest, I'm pretty sure, is completely optional. I think it's only a requirement. Well, it's not. I'm pretty sure it said it was not a requirement at all. It was just like an optional bonus if you really wanted to do it. Just because it technically required a different game. Oh well, actually no, never mind. Because then in that case, the White Forest doesn't count at all. Because you need a second game to connect to. And the way the Oak Challenge works, you can't connect to any games at all. So the White Forest is completely unobtainable. So yeah, I did complete my White Oak Challenge. Although no, I didn't, because I would still have to deal with all the swarms. Yeah, no. So I still have to deal with all the swarm Pokemon, so I didn't actually finish it yet. And I hate swarms because you could never properly change them. I mean, maybe at some point I might consider doing an Emerald Oak challenge, but because I've already done Ruby and I'm already doing Leaf Green, I don't think I'll do one in Emerald. Maybe I'll try again for X and Y. Or maybe not try again, but I'll just bend the rules a little bit and just get one of the last Pokemon evolved. But just to make it more fair, I would only evolve it in the section it's available in. And not use any of the new areas. And for games after that... I mean, maybe I could do one for Sun and Moon? I don't know which one I would do, though. Don't know where I would do the base game or if I would do the Ultra games. Actually, no, I'd probably do the Ultra games, just because the base game I'd need to do a collection quest for Zygarde, and I don't really want to bother with that. Rat. Rat, meet frog. Goodbye, rat. Yeah, we're nearly at 28 hours. It still would be really cool if we could get Venusaur before the 30-hour mark. I mean, since we've basically got 4.5 levels? No, 5.5 levels to go. Then... Yeah, honestly, I think we can do it. Because I'm pretty sure it was at 10 levels to go at the start of the stream. And we're almost 2 hours in. So if I just lock in for another 2 hours, I should be able to get this Ivysaur evolved. Right. So yeah, I'm starting to think I'm not going to get a shiny in the first section. Honestly, fine. But I still think at some point during this challenge I might find a shiny. Because, like I mentioned earlier, the only Oak challenge I've done and not found a shiny, I'm pretty sure, was White version. X and Y, I found a shiny and I've still not finished the challenge. Ruby, I found 4 shinies. So, and it makes sense why I didn't get one in White, because I was mostly focused on battling Audino, and that shaved a lot of my grinding time. Because Audino plus a Lucky Egg, yeah, I got way less encounters on the White version. That's probably why I didn't find a shiny in that one. Right. Okay, let me scroll back on the guide. Oh, no, I'll look at the second section. It does say bait and switch trainers on Route 3. Yeah, bait and switch on Route 3 just to get Magikarp into Gyarados. Although, if I can't get it to Gyarados before I get to Cerulean, then I'll probably pop it in the daycare for a little bit. And then just focusing on leveling up my Lemons. Just because, yeah, Magikarp is utterly useless until it evolves. And even switch training is still going to take even longer because I'll be getting half the experience. So, yeah, I'm probably just going to put Magikarp in the daycare as soon as I can, and then just focus on all of my other Pokemon. Then once it comes down to actually grinding out the levels, then I'll go and check on the Magikarp and see what level it's at. If it's like level 19 or 18, in the late teens, or is already level 20, then I'll just take it out of the PC, or take it out of the box, then put it in my party and evolve it. Because by then I'm more than likely going to have a pickup squad ready. I should probably organize my boxes a bit more as well. So I'll get to level 27, then I'll heal up my Ivysaur, then I'll also reorganize the boxes just a tackle. Tackle miss, of course it did. I guess that's one downside about Ivysaur's or Venusaur's like moveset in Gen 3. It doesn't get that many good moves, and then when it does, they're not even 100%. Hidden Power is probably the most accurate move it gets. I mean, yeah, it does get Giga Drain, but Giga Drain's pretty bad in Gen 3. I think, was it like only 60 power or something? And it only has 5 PP. And obviously in later games, it's got a massive buff. In Gen 3, Giga Drain isn't even that good, surprisingly. Yeah. Well, one thing I need to see about Pokopia, if it has the option of multiple save files on a single user. I mean, it's probably going to have multiple save files anyway, just because of the users, but I wonder if it's going to have... I mean, then again, probably not. But, I don't know. It's technically a spin-off, so it might very well have multiple save files. Because Mystery Dungeon has multiple save files. At least the one on the Switch does. So, yeah, it's very possible. Level 27. Let's go heal up, so ready to go for the next level. 5 levels to go. So if we can somehow get 5 more levels in 2 hours, that'd be incredible. But we're probably not going to be able to do that. But... So organize my boxes up, please. So this one will be... I'll put post-game. So any Pokemon that evolves in the post-game, I'll put here. With G... Any Pokemon that evolve in the post-game will go here, which does not apply to any of my Pokemon. Then box 1 will be evolve. So any Pokemon that can still evolve. So in this case, Pikachu would be the only one that would qualify for this. And then this one will be complete. Here, so all Pokemon that have been fully evolved will go in this box. So, Butterfree. Let's check, does it have compound eyes? It does, okay. Then Beedrill. Then Fearow. Eradicate. Primeape. and Pidgeot, who is my strongest Pokemon at the moment. And for the extra Spearow, this is going to become a Farfetch'd. It's going to stay in this box, because technically I do need to make it become a different Pokemon. So Pikachu along with Thunderstone, the Spearow. That's actually a reference to its red and blue Farfetch'd nickname. So now I've got a bit of organization going. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw this news about, if you remember the game called High Guard? It was announced, I think it was like during the Game Awards it got announced last year. And then it started doing miserable numbers with players, and then what did it say? It said the boss, so I guess the developer of the game, like the main director, said player count doesn't matter. And then March 12th, the game is permanently shutting down due to lack of players. It's always these live service games that don't prioritize the real gaming player base that always fail. I feel like that's just a common theme. They just forget to research the actual gaming audience. I mean, to be honest, I don't like live service games at all, really. I think the only one I really gave a chance was Marvel Rivals, but even then, I've not really had a reason to go back to the game for a while. I mean, at least with Marvel Rivals, they are more catering to the actual gaming audience. They're not neutering the character designs, that's for damn sure. Oh, come on, don't miss! This is going to be such a long final phase of this section. The last 5 levels, and then we're done with this section. Oh, come on, I missed again. realised I missed. I've got a video playing on the background, so I'm a bit quiet right now. Come on, I missed again. Again! Let's go heal. Oops, I meant to use tackle there. Oh, doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay, we're level 28. 4 levels to go. So it took about half an hour to get one. know I said I wanted to get Venusaur plug-in this stream, but I'm literally nodding off. So I think I'm just gonna get to the next level and then I'm gonna finish this. I'll get to level 29 and then I'll finish up for the day. A little bit of scenic canopy. Oh, of course, attack next. Almost there. Okay, so a couple more battles to go and then we'll finish up the day. I know I wanted to get Venusaur before finishing the stream, but me is EP. But I'll be sure to post the Venusaur update in the Discord server once it's all done. I mean, it probably won't take that long. Either I'll get it done in a couple of hours, or it'll be in the morning. But either way, tomorrow we'll be on the next section. There we go. Level 29. And there's Sweet Scent. Goodbye, Leech Seed. Sweet Scent is gonna help me out. Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna call it a day for now. So, tomorrow we're gonna be playing Pokemon Pokopia. And I might start streaming a little bit earlier tomorrow. Maybe once, as soon as I've eaten, I'll probably start streaming up as soon as. Rest well, I will. Thank you, Jackie. Everyone rest well as well. So for now, this has been BiriboFukuro signing off. Bye-bye!